awakening. I was speaking to a room of women and transgender people talking about their various experiences at work. As I was listening to them tell their stories, they shared times when they felt dismissed, disconnected, overlooked, or invisible. And I realized there were similar stories. There were commonalities in the microaggressions they had experienced and were experiencing. When I say microaggressions, it might be helpful for me to define what I mean. Microaggressions exist because they are subtle, sometimes even unintentional acts or expressions of discrimination against members of a marginalized group due to unconscious bias. Rather than an overt declaration of racism or sexism, a microaggression often takes the shape of an offhand comment, an inadvertently painful joke, or a pointed insult. For example, when a man says the only woman in the room should take notes, or when someone comments that an Asian American employee speaks English well, these kinds of comments are based on stereotypes that hurt. On their own, each incident might seem small, but over time, collectively, microaggressions build insurmountable walls that prevent many people from progressing or succeeding in their teams. As I reflected upon the experiences shared, I realized I had experienced many of these same microaggressions over the course of my career. But I had attributed the reasons for those bad experiences as being my fault, something I had done or said that had brought about this behavior against me. Because I bore the blame for the microaggression, I pivoted and I changed my behavior. I would do things like ignore the comment, laugh it off, repeat myself with different words until I was heard. Rather than address the unconscious bias, I diffused or ignored the bad behavior. What I realized, though, was that I had also become numb to these unkind acts. They didn't stop happening, but my response became second nature, and I just no longer noticed. But my numbness was a bad thing. My silence implied acceptance. By normalizing the microaggressions, I was indicating that it was okay behavior. And my silence was hurting others who faced similar thoughtlessness. I was modeling that they should ignore bad behavior too. Worse yet, I was missing the opportunity to lead and teach others a better way. That wake-up call opened my eyes to my partnership with the status quo, and I've never been the same since. It's what made me so passionate about building company cultures through allyship. To be an effective ally, you must be aware of microaggressions so that you don't function from your own unconscious bias. And you must be willing to acknowledge these actions that make people feel small are wrong. I want allyship to empower you to speak up for yourself and for others so that microaggressions aren't normalized in your company's culture. Rather, people know and understand a better way.